that dogs and cats talk in English, but all of that is in the joke. So, a Doberman, a German Shepherd, and a cat all die together, and they go to heaven. And God says to the German Shepherd, "Well, what do you believe?" And the German Shepherd says, "I'm hearing feedback." That's not. The German Shepherd says, "I believe in loyalty and discipline and training." And God says, "Come sit on my right side." Then he looks at the Doberman and says, "What do you believe?" And he says, "Oh, I believe in care and loving and protecting my master." And God says, "Come sit on my left side." Then God looks at the cat and says, "What do you believe?" And the cat says, "I believe you're sitting in my seat." Oh, don't want to kick the bear. All right. Okay, that thing's trouble because the bear is not balanced. All right, so let's all take a breath in and relax as we go into our heart space. We just allow ourselves to feel the power and the presence of the one within us. When we open our hearts, we open our minds that Spirit might touch us in ways we have never even imagined this day. We just continue opening and opening to love, sending it out to everyone in this room, into our world. And in this space, we bring all those whose names are in our prayer box. And we bring Gay Giles and her family as they gather around grieving the death of her sister. We bring Carrie and Tina. We bring Silas and Taylor and Ethan, and they are in the room this morning with us. We bring Ron, Roselle, Joanna, Riley, and David Cushing. Putheria Tom, Myra, Jan, Greg, Lonnie, Jack, Marcy, and Marcy is back in the bookstore, Michelle, Joe Roskowski, and Anwita Shore. And then if you have anyone in your personal circle that you would like to add at this time, you might say their name aloud or silently. And we gather here knowing that love is always even closer than our breath. It's the very fabric of our being. And that this love is ever calling us to greater expansion, to a greater experience of the oneness that is all of life. And so we see these beloved ones stepping into this truth, realizing and feeling flooded and overwhelmed by the power of this love. And we continue to expand our circle. We hold our country, which has got lots of divisive kinds of things going on, but we don't claim the divisiveness, we claim the oneness of our sisterhood and our brotherhood. We go beyond the walls of our country into our world, into places where there are hot spots of war, of famine, of folks trying to figure out how to live together. And we claim for these sites the power of love and the truth of our oneness. We think of our children that are back in our wing, and our children around the world. How we are blessed with these little ones. love and light that is their gift to bring. So we bless them and honor them and see love at work in their lives in ways that call them forth to be all they can be. And finally, we let ourselves think of a few things for which we are so very grateful today. Just let that play across our mind and let gratitude rise up within us, raising our vibration. And we close with our usual. We say together 3 times, I am grateful. Please join with me. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. And so it is. Sure.
Check. Okay. All right.
Something's echoing.
My suspicion is that possibly somebody is playing the church service on a phone and we're getting a delayed echo. Is by any chance? If you have your phone on the service, check. I think, say something.
Testing, testing.
It's fixed. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so I have a very weird thing to announce. So this is like one of those lifeline things that you clip on your belt. When Susan was cleaning the refrigerator, this was in there. So if this is yours, I'll be happy to give it back to you. And let's have our statement of truth up top, and let us affirm together our statement of truth. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God, the omnipotent good. And then we're going to do, I've got 2 acknowledgments this morning, and we're going to start with Amy and Jill. Can you come up, please? So, Teddy Bear Sunday happened last month, and every week I'd have these bags in my office, and I'd get up here, and I didn't have my bags. So we have gifts. Did we not have the most fabulous Teddy Bear Sunday? We had our very own bear den. We had our teddy bear picnic, and oodles and oodles of bears for Chesterfield County. So these are our thank you to each of you for leading us and guiding us and having a terrific day. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Okay, and now instead of having the typical heart share where somebody comes up and talks, I've talked Joanne Einsman into coming up and letting us honor her today. So I kind of had to twist her arm, so let's have her come up and just send her all your love on her way up. So we see lots of people in their garden t-shirts, and those who don't have a garden t-shirt, I managed to get one. I have not done any digging, but I managed to get one because there was one on the desk that said extra one day, and I said, oh, okay. So, but all of those who aren't wearing garden t-shirts, we are the ones who work. We don't have to work at it, but we just appreciate it so much, and we love the beauty that this team has brought forth. And as I looked at the list of things Joanne was creating for the team to figure out who was going to do what, as she stepped away, you cannot even imagine how many things Joanne kept organized and going, and it's taking multiple people to do her job of organizing. So we're so grateful for this. So Mike is going to come up. We have a special poem to give her. This is a poem written by Jim Lakin.
Oh my.
It's on. The green light's on.
Testing. Hey.
Just hold it to you.
Is that more better? So Jim Lankin wrote this beautiful poem. He couldn't be here, so I'm going to read part of it. It's truly a lovely thing, but I'll read part of it to you. It's called A Garden Blessing. Oh, I'm Mike Regulinski. I'm on the board, and it's my honor to give this to Joanne, who so richly deserves this. The poem is, "Bless all who enter here, be it known and ever clear. Loving hands have tended here, all you see, sometimes in prayer. Leave your troubles and take a breath. Draw your strength from life's greatest depth. Peace be with you, and thanks to you. May joy be yours in all you do."
Oh, thank you. And we have a couple more things. So it started out early in the week. I said, I saw these flowers, and I said, oh, I got to get those to give to Joanne. So you get flowers and a poem. And then Friday night, when Eddie was here singing, oh my God, what a concert that was. And he sang a song called In the Garden. Oh my God. So I bought a CD for you to have this In the Garden song. So with all of our love and appreciation, we are so grateful for who you are, what you have done, the gift of you, the gift of Christ in our midst. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you.
All right, now we've got Donald Fay is in the house with us.
Let's all stand together and we'll sing It's in Every One of Us. 1, 2, 3, here we go. It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us, you and I. It's in every one of us, we are free. Find yourself, open your eyes and see. We can all have everything without ever knowing how. It's in every one of us, here and now. It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us, you and I.
Good morning. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Today's the one day of the year that I am Myra O'Faderspiel. I even found green to wear this morning. I am Myra Faderspiel. I'm a member of your board, and I currently serve as treasurer. And I'm having a lot of fun doing that. I'm seeing us prospering. Before we move along any further with the transformational opportunities, I'm going to get this one out of the way because I'll forget it. There will be no chair yoga this Wednesday, March the 27th. Okay? Well, it says no chair yoga this Wednesday, March the 27th. Is that next week then? Okay, Barbie, you got to get things straight here. All right. Today, we're going to have a board information session with Reverend Zita, and she's going to come up here and tell you a little bit more about it.
Good morning. Good morning. You guys look so good, man. I'm here to invite you to learn all about what goes on in the board. I know it seems like we're this secret society or something, but that's not true. We work hand in hand with Reverend Patty to make sure everything goes according to plan in moving this fabulous place called Unity Bon Air forward. So if you want to just come for information, I promise you it will not be long. So join me in the education room at 12:15. Thank you.
Okay, and we're going to follow that up with Rama. He has a few things to talk to us about.
Thank you. What's up, Unity? Lots of awesome faces in the building today, so I'm keeping it short and sweet, as I promised Reverend Patty. More or less, anybody who is already on the garden team or looking on getting some gardening, we got a bunch of food growing out near the border of Midlothian and Powhatan. We're putting together a much larger garden team because as much as I love moving soil around, I don't really know what I'm doing too much. So if you want to get involved, get organized, please reach out. Also, next weekend is the spring equinox celebration. We'll be doing the Beltane here, but the spring equinox is going to be at the little farm that me and the crew are taking care of right now. There will be a big bonfire. There will be our homegrown musicians, Marilyn and Ashanti, are both playing. They will rock your socks off. There are going to be workshops and breath work and yoga and mead making seminar and a water protector panel going on all day. So if you have any questions about the new garden space that's coming on or any questions, want any more information about the spring equinox gathering, please grab me after the service. Thank you so much. Bless you.
Okay, moving right along. Next Tuesday, the 19th, our prosperity class starts, and I'm really excited about this one. It's only 4 weeks from 6:30 to 8:30 with Reverend Lisa Marks. 6:30 to 8. I apologize. I don't have my reading glasses on. That's the problem here. We're going to be using Edwina Gaines's book, The 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity. It's now available in the bookstore, so stop by, sign up on the poster board, and get your book. If you're not familiar with Edwina Gaines, she is beyond phenomenal. I mean, just absolutely one of the greatest prosperity leaders, consciousness, I think there is today. And I know you'll enjoy this course. Next Friday, March the 22nd, we have our Gisa Healing Service at 7:15 in New Rock Hall. Please join us for a time of meditation, unconditional love, and short energy healing sessions offered by experienced energy healers from our community. If you need more information, please get in touch with Emily Pills. I would say get in touch with Mo Regalinsky, but I think she's going to be in Spain. So that might be a rather expensive long-distance call. Then on Saturday, the 23rd, the garden team is having a blitz workday from 9 to noon. With spring upon us, there's so much to do. And believe me, I found that out yesterday when I tried to walk my gardens. many hands will make light work, so join us for a few hours of outdoor activity and enjoy make the gardens even more beautiful than they are right now. And I'm going to ask Steve Yaris if he'll come up to fill you in on a trip that the Unity seniors have going.
Yeah, I want to speak on behalf of this. I was born in Farmville, Virginia. So I'm a Virginian, and we're going to what I call Walden's Mountain, which is, I can't think of the name of it. Schuyler, thank you. And we're going to meet at church Saturday at 10 o'clock, and we're going to carpool up there. It's about an hour away. And my father was Earl Hamner, who wrote the book and is featured in this TV series. My father was raised 3 counties away from where Earl Hamner was. And there's quite a few stories that sort of compare with what my dad has told me, because he was talking about the first time they got power on the tobacco farm he was raised on was a 60-watt bulb. And the next year, they were able to get a refrigerator, and they didn't have to cut ice for the ice house. So they had to, they traded a refrigerator or a ice box for a refrigerator. And that was featured on that show. So 10 o'clock here, and next month, we're going to go to the Daffodil Festival in Gloucester, Virginia. So that's another great trip.
Okay, next Sunday is Palm Sunday, and we will be having communion that morning. We will also have What is Unity session. All are welcome to join us for a brief overview of what Unity teaches. We start at noon, and the session's going to be about 30 minutes. I'm going to look forward to seeing you because I'm supposed to be leading it. It'll be real interesting, Anyhow, no, we do hope to keep it to 30 minutes, but it's very thoughtful, and I think you'll enjoy it. Okay, so mark your calendars. March the 31st is Easter, and we'll have a brunch together. Bring your favorite ready-to-serve dishes and enjoy this fellowship time. Contact Susan Green for any information about that event. UBA is on the move with opportunities. Keep up with us in our Wednesday e-newsletter or on our website, and follow us on Facebook. And it's now my great honor and privilege to introduce our speaker and musician today, Dr. Yemaja Jubilee. I think is very well known to every one of us here. The soul-filled poet is an inspirational speaker who speaks her truth from a place of authenticity, integrity, and a loving heart. She is an author, songwriter, playwright, radio show host, Love, Light, and Positive on Josie Inspirational Network, Finding My Radio Network worldwide. She's a creative consultant, spiritual life coach, and a spoken word artist. And with her is Leon Live. The supreme saxophonist shares his music that is designed to entertain like Coltrane, Charlie Parker, and Sonny Rollins. Open your ears, tune into the musical tones and soulful sounds of the supreme saxophonist as he uses his gifts bestowed on him by the divine and us today. So please welcome these two wonderful, wonderful people. Okay. Today's daily word is prayer. In the Revealing Word, Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore described prayer as the most highly accelerated mind action known. This awareness is my comfort and assurance as I release my worldly concerns and feel the presence of God. As I pray, I immerse myself in the silence so I can be still and know from this place of deep communion, I relax and focus my attention on the divine ideas of life, love, wisdom, strength, and order, which are always mine to claim. As these spiritual truths flourish in my consciousness, thoughts of my troubles and worries fade from my mind. In the past, I may have believed prayer was a way of asking God for help and solace. Now I understand it is the one of the best ways of helping and uplifting myself. The scripture for today is Psalms 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. Our affirmation for today, and I'm going to say it once and ask you to repeat it with me twice. I feel the presence and power of God as I pray. Together, I feel the presence and power of God as I pray. I feel the presence and power of God as I pray. Thank you. And now we're going to turn it over to our wonderful musicians. I think I've finished everything, haven't I?
Okay.
Ha! I stayed on script this time.
All right, I'd like to share a song I wrote a few years ago. I've never performed it at church. Never dreamed that I would perform it at church. Patty told me that we were going to be celebrating American Women History Month. And we're going to be acknowledging some of the phenomenal women, actually from around the world and throughout history today in this song. And I wanted to also just acknowledge that, men, this song is for you too, because you're part of the evolution. You are behind every successful woman. Is a wonderful brother, mentor, peer, sister, friend, neighbor. You got it. So anyway, here we go. It's called Phenomenal Woman. One, two, three, four. Phenomenal woman. That is me, changing the world. Effortlessly claiming my power for all to see. Phenomenal woman, whoa, that's me. Phenomenal woman, that's me, changing the world. Effortlessly claiming my power for all to see. Phenomenal woman, whoa, that's me. Here we go. I am beautiful, yeah. I am courageous, I am inspired, outspoken, I am fearless, I am successful, I am passionate, I am doing the things that I'm called to do, living my life authentic and true, yeah. Roosevelt spoke her mind and what she felt. Susan B. Anthony won the vote for you and me. Rosa Parks refused to move, and civil rights got in the groove. Malala, she dared to educate. She's more powerful than hate. Madam Curie discovered radioactivity. Mother Teresa would not ignore the plight of the sick and the poor. Greta Thunberg spoke her say. Climate change is on the way. Phenomenal woman who we adore. The list goes on, there's so many more. Harriet Tubman rescued slaves. Tina Turner rocked the airwaves. Betsy Ross, a flag she sewed. Computer code. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, very wise. Amelia Earhart in the skies. Gloria Steinem burned her bra. Free at last, hurrah, hurrah. Phenomenal woman. Yeah. That's you and that's me. Living your purpose, authentic and free, pushing the boundaries in all that we do. Yeah, yeah, phenomenal woman. Oh, that's me and that's you. Yeah, phenomenal woman. That's me. And that's you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. What a great song. Perfect for today's message. So happy Women's History Month. I don't know, this kind of got by my radar. In 1987, Congress declared March as National Women's History Month in perpetuity, but I discovered it like a week ago. So a special presidential proclamation is issued every year which honors extraordinary achievements of American women. So this month, we're looking at the power of wisdom. So I'm doing a combo. Since we all live, we're still in a patriarchal culture, but we both have feminine and masculine qualities. We're going to sit back today and take in some appreciation of the feminine wisdom that is within each of us. So last Sunday, to get us rolling on wisdom, I shared these thoughts. Wisdom is the ability to discern or judge what is right, true, and lasting. Wisdom has a way of getting to the essence of a situation. You know you've chosen well when you feel you're in heaven, in peace, in harmony, and in well-being. And one of the wisest things we can do is to pause and allow time for wisdom to guide us instead of reacting in the midst of a situation. So it's a holy pause, and connecting to the divine within is like magical. So I'm going to share a couple stories today and a few more comments on wisdom. So when we have something happening and we know, well, there's got to be a solution for this thing, but we don't know what the solution is, my shorthand in my head for this is, I don't have to worry about it, Spirit's got it, right? We turn within knowing that the divine has infinite answers. As Mary Morrissey says, everything is created twice. So if we have the power to create something in our mind, because the divine intelligence, divine mind is limitless, it can be created in physical form. If we can imagine it, we can bring it into existence. So I have a story of two young women who kept tapping into divine mind. And this is actually a couple-year-old story, too. I'm catching up, with the good stuff. So the names are Anna Stork and Andrea Shrestha, were graduate students at Columbia University School of Architecture in 2010 when a devastating earthquake struck Haiti. And in one of their classes, the assignment was to develop an innovation to help with disaster relief. So I love the way this professor combined their education with the realities of life. So most of the students focused on designing shelters. But after speaking with a relief worker in Haiti, the two discovered an often ignored need following disasters was access to light. So you can think the infrastructure for electricity is down, and people are in the dark. So this pair focused on designing a solar-powered lantern that was waterproof and spent several years redefining and making their design wonderful. And now they have an inflatable waterproof and solar-powered light called Luminade, and it's being distributed to those in need in countries all around the world. And after 6 hours of exposure to sunlight, this thing will stay lit for 16 hours. And they also made sure to add a handle to it because they heard that in the tent cities, people wanted something they could carry to the latrine in the dark. So, and it can be packed flat, so 50 lights can be shipped in the same space as needed for 8 normal flashlights. And that's a significant difference when you're doing disaster relief and batteries are in short supply. So I love this story. It's about love and wisdom working together to meet needs in crisis situations. And I just have to say, our young people are just awesome. Isn't it the truth? And in my opinion, we don't get enough of these kind of stories. Just imagine what these little ones that are in our building, what are they going to be doing when they get out of high school, right? They have the love and light and the power of divine mind within them. They will be changing our world. So my second wisdom woman, I couldn't resist to talk about Myrtle Fillmore. So I just recently, I don't know how you get through Unity Seminary and don't discover these things, but I just found out about this book called Torchbearer to Light the Way, The Life of Myrtle Fillmore. And it's not just a few pages. Oh my God, what an inspirational book. All these stories I had never heard anything about. When Reverend Linda was here, she talked about Myrtle being a butt kicker. Well, that kind of wasn't in my realm of what Myrtle was, and I thought, well, she meant it in the best in the best sense, that she was about helping people discover the power within them and put that power to work in their lives to expand their consciousness. So we see Myrtle operating from wisdom in every area, in almost all things affecting the unity movement as it evolved. Myrtle led the way. I just kind of got that Charles led the way somehow. I had that in my mind, but that really isn't true. That together they were an amazing pair. But she had the healing realization that made such an impact in her life and then on the lives of others. And I just love to think about this. So both her and Charles were listening to E.B. Weeks speaking, and Charles left thinking, another speaker, and Myrtle went home and, upended her whole life from being told that she was going to die to live in 40 more years. She changed her thinking and let her heart lead her, aligned with inner wisdom. And she had this thing within her from an early age, I believe, to listen to her heart. She went to school, became a teacher, left her hometown, went to Texas. She was doing all these things that women didn't typically do, in that women often became teachers, but they didn't leave their home, lead lives being single. She met Charles and then, of course, had a partner. But she was deeply involved with Unity from the 1890s, when they just had a handful of people on Tracy Street in Kansas City, through the 1930s, when there were 500 employees. And when it was a small operation, this was her inner wisdom. She knew the importance of connecting to people, and she would just go around into the offices, touch people on the shoulder, have conversations with them, let them feel the presence and power that was so real to her, and know how valued they were. She was the driving force behind We Wisdom, the magazine of truth teachings for children, even in the face of financial struggles. When people would bring up, well, how are we going to, she would just say, you just don't pay any attention to that. If Spirit says you do this, you do it. She just kept going back to the wisdom within her and would not stray from it. She would not be stopped. She mentored the man, who began the Daily Word and edited it for 16 years. I mean, she was a force to be reckoned with. But I think her as this, gentle force that just shows up with so much love, so much imagination, so much willingness to keep saying, keep going within, keep going within. Her wisdom rose and was repeated over and over. Here's a quote. Now that you have the inner conviction that the only reliable source of instruction is the Spirit of truth within, make up your mind that you will stand by this inner leading regardless of various doctrines that people try to force on you. Myrtle advised Unity students to rely on their own inner knowing, even if it did not conform to Unity teachings. Now, how many leaders do you know like that, right? Especially in the religious realm. In her letters, she advised people to follow the leading of the inner light. Here's another quote. It leads you to safety and surely to all things which are for your highest good and blesses you always with peace, joy, and true success. Now, she didn't just teach this. She lived it. And her and Charles had plenty of times when finances were very rocky in the beginnings of the Unity movement. And they just kept holding on to the truth that they knew and going within and letting Spirit lead them. So I'm inviting each of us to step over and over again into our inner light, knowing the one power, the one presence is always available when we remember to turn to it. That's the problem, right? We got to remember. May we awaken and live in that light. I behold the Christ in each of you. Shine, my dear ones, shine. Now I'm going to invite Yemaja to come up and share her poem that she wrote specifically for women's history.
Got to stand on love, y'all. Ashe. You got it. Good morning. I also would like to introduce Tyree Sultan. He works with me a lot, as well as Leon. So y'all show Tyree Sultan some love. Show him some love. Got to put my essence up here. That's the way it bees. Because I be woman, I be making my own history. Take a breath in with me. I'm every woman. It's all in me. I'm every woman in love with me. I'm every woman making my own history. in love with me. In love, you see, in love with who I be. By the power of the power desires for me to be all that I can be. By the power of the power that resides in you and resides in me. Woman, I'm not less than. That's what they say sometimes, but I'm not. And so you are not either. But I'm more than what the physical eyes can see. I crown myself queen. And so are you, the queens of your own majesty. Queen I be, graciously and humbly. I allow me to be who I am. You allow you to be who you are as a woman. I'm every woman. It's all in me. You see, the big G, some people call him God, sometimes I call him the big G, created us independently and collectively to be that role that we are as women. We are open-hearted receptacles of divine femininity. Holy temples is who we be, radiating balance, harmony, and get this, blissful authenticity. You see, crowned and adorned, and my crown is sparkling and shining gems of, guess what they be? Gentleness and generosity. In love, woman I be, making my own history. Go ahead, y'all. You see, the Spirit, with all of its magnificence and glory, it whispers in my inner ear. Listen, y'all, listen. Listen. See, can't you hear that soft divine voice with its inkling humming away at your core? For you are the daughter of the divine heart. There's no need to allow words that flow from an outside sphere to let them interfere and to define you and tell you what you should not be. Don't let them tell you what you should not be. So, daughter, my girl, you child of the divine, embrace your compassion. Embrace your sensuality. Embrace your sexuality. Embrace your spirituality. And you know what? You know what? What? Sure enough, earth-moving and lightning bolts will flash and thunder will go. It will give you more of your authenticity. So be it, and so it is. Because you have nothing to fear and you have nothing to hide. I am woman in love with me. In love, woman I be. Like you and me, we're making our own history. Play it. So be in love. Cherish your ability. As my mama used to say, you can take nothing and turn it into something, because a woman you be. Having your frenemies, you know how they whisper sometimes? Well, who the hell does she think she is? Who told her she could be all this and all that? And who told her, hey, you got to fit in a box? No, 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 we won't. We need nobody's consent and nobody's permission to go outside the groove. Because it's a broken paradigm, I tell you. So you have to bring and be who you are. Because we've been programmed and hypnotized into believing that we are less than and we don't measure up. That's a lie, my friend. That's a lie. I am woman in love with me. In love, woman I be. I am making my own history. Play it. I am queen of my interdomain because I have pivoted out of fear and all insecurities. And you know what? I stopped playing all them worldly games. And so can you. So pulsate and emanate gentleness, knowing that the spirit vibrates in the ethereal essence of your soul. Own your own power and manifest and articulate word by word that flows out of your mouth. As it flows, action by action too, followed by the words. You know, you got to practice what you preach. You can be leaping and jumping and soaring and spiraling. And most of all, you can be flying. Flying. You're flying because you have attained that which the divine wanted you to be. Magnificent. You're creating your own legacy because it's written in the pages of your heart that God and you are not apart. God is above and below, and most of all, it flows from out here. I am woman in love with me, in love with women I be, making my own history. Come on, Leon. I tell y'all, know what I be? I be free. I am free. Say it, I am free. We are free. No longer do we bow in saying yes to mediocrity, nor do we muffle the flow of divine energy, because it gives you songs. It gives me songs to sing. And then we can blend with everybody else, not like them, but just mingle, bringing your own harmony. And you have your soul be permeated with joy and blissfulness. For you are the embodiment, women, of graciousness, mercifulness, kindness. And you know what? People have to walk on their tiptoes. No. You walk on your tiptoes, and they're tipping so that they can see what you be. And so you show them what you be. You show them because you amplify your gifts that God has given you. You play whatever. You praise and you glorify and you personify that it's a gift to be a woman. I am woman in love with me, in love with woman I be, making my own history. Come on, Leon. Y'all, come on. Come on, Leon. Come on. I want all the women to stand on their feet. Stand on your feet. Cast your eyes around this room. Cast your eyes upon each other. arms extended, welcoming all the feminine energy that you be. Praises up to above. Give praises. Your heart open wide with love and tenderness that you are outpicturing and outpouring. And you know what? You melt the coldness of any heart. Just by being who the Big G created you to be. You're fierce. You're full of passion. Say, I'm full of passion.
I'm full of passion.
I'm fierce.
I'm fierce.
Because I be woman.
I'm woman.
And you be woman.
And you be woman.
Wholeheartedly, unapologetically, you continue to move forward. And you encircle every woman, everywhere you go, because the Mother Goddess has designed you and created you to be who you be. Because you are woman. You are women. Now, I want all the men to applaud the women. Applaud them. Applaud them. We are women. Applaud yourselves. Show some love for yourself. I be woman. Say, I be woman.
I be woman.
That's who I be.
That's who I be.
Making my own history.
Making my own history.
I am every woman.
I am every woman.
It's all in me.
It's all in me.
I'm every woman. It's all in me. We're every woman in love with we. We're every woman making our own history. Take it over, take it over, take it over.
Can y'all sing along with me? Let's do this together.
Stand up, Tyree, with us. Stand up and give a bow. Let's give a bow right here. Give a bow. Turn it bow. Bow. Okay.
Thank you. We will give you our blessing when we bless everybody at the end. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, Claudia's going to lead us into meditation.
Is it time for our meditation? Yeah. Okay. We're going to feature Donald on a song that I'm sure you're familiar with. Just take this beautiful melody into your heart as we move into the meditation.
So let's let that music just take us deep within ourselves. I'm going to read you a couple sentences from a letter that Myrtle wrote, and then just let you go into the silence and let those words wash over you and Spirit speak to you. She said to this person, "Read this statement and proclaim it with me. God in me is the light, the life, the substance, the power, omnipresent, ever active, all sufficient, and ready to meet my every need and to restore and keep me in the divine order and harmony which God has created. I now relax and become receptive to new ideas. I gladly give up my old habits of will and living that I may be renewed in soul and body, and that I may use all my faculties to the glory of God." Let's just take a dive into the silence together. And as you are ready, I invite you to come back to feeling your body supported by the chair, your feet grounded on the floor, and opening your eyes and letting this divine light shine forth. For all of this, we are so grateful. And so it is. We have our ushers ready to come forward. If you have a physical offering, I invite you to hold it in your hands and bless it, and if not, just in your consciousness. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, for the joy of giving and receiving.
There was a time when they used to say that behind every great man there had to be a great woman. Ooh, but in these times of change, you know it's no longer true, because we're coming out of the kitchen. There's something we forgot to say to you. Yeah, the sisters are doing it for themselves, standing on their own 2 feet, ringing on their own bells. The sisters are doing it for themselves. Yeah, this is a time for us to celebrate the conscious liberation of the female state. Mothers, daughters, and their daughters too. Sister to sister, yeah, we're singing it to you. The sisters are doing it for themselves, standing on their own 2 feet, ringing on their own bells. Woo! Yeah, the sisters are doing it for themselves. Woo! Hey, yeah. Sing it, ladies. Standing on their own 2 feet, ringing on their own bells. Yeah, the sisters are doing it for themselves. The sisters are doing it, are doing it for themselves. The sisters are doing it, are doing it for themselves. The sisters are doing it, are doing it for themselves. The sisters are doing it, are doing it for themselves. With a little help. Yeah.
Thank you all. So let's bless these gifts. We're so very grateful for these gifts. We remember that the gift and the giver are one, and we send these gifts forward to expand the love and joy consciousness within our community in Richmond and around the world. We affirm together, I am grateful. Please join me. I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. And so it is. Let's have our prayer chaplain stand up. If you have a joy or concern that you would like to have these wonderful beings of light share with you today, please see one of them at the end of the service. And we want to acknowledge our people who made this service possible. So Marcy is back with us in the bookstore this morning. We had greeters and people doing fellowship coffee. And then in here we had our incredible music team. We had Yemaja and her musicians. And we have Sherry and Carrie in the back. Let's give them our blessing. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ you are. And we see you doing amazing things. And here come the children. Someone open the door and let them know it's time. They've been waiting.
Is it on? Yeah? Yeah. Hey guys, how are we doing today? Good morning. Today we had a fun day with me and these three. We watched a video on the history of St. Patrick's Day and who St. Patrick was. We went out to the front and we looked for 4-leaf clovers and we recognized the clovers. And in the video they said that the 3-leaf clover was like a representation of God because it is one entity with 3 pieces, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And then we went out into the garden for a little nature walk and everyone got a flower.
So let's give Rachel and our children our blessing. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ you are. And we see you doing amazing things. And let's stand and gather for our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that we meant to be. With God as creator, family are we. Let us walk with each other.